Good morning. I'm audible. Good morning. I hope everyone can listen to my voice without any issues. Okay. So yeah. Sorry for delay, guys. I had some issues with my microphone, so I had to change my mic of my Mac Pro. Okay. So tell me, guys, what are your doubts today? Today will be entirely our doubt session. So tell me about your doubts. We'll be solving the doubts. And yes, one update for you all, that from tomorrow your another module will be started that will be related to Node.js, correct? Anna? So from tomorrow you guys will be learning the Node.js from end to end, and that session and that classes will be conducted by some other educator. I hope everyone got update for the same. Now, yes, Aradhya, it will be the last session for mine regarding this module. Maybe in the future, with some other module, I will be there. I'm not sure, but maybe I'll be there in your class. No issues, Aryan. We'll meet, like, we'll take some sessions in here and there. No worries on that. Okay. Yes, Nishant, you can connect with me on my LinkedIn. Okay. So and yeah, that particular educator is also one of the most most rated educator in an academy. So he'll be guiding you with end to end with the Node.js. And if you have any such problem with anything, you can connect with the support team of Reliable, correct? Okay. So yes, just tell me, guys, what are your doubts for today, and that particular things will be solving today, and we'll move further. Yes, Nilanjan, I think so. You'll be developing e-commerce application API in that also. Yes. Okay. So let us start with the finding triplets with the 2-point approach. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Actually, I don't have my iPad today, but I'll use some other pad. Just a second. Just a minute. I think so. There's some issues here. Just let me know once you can able to see my screen. Okay. Everyone can just let me know once you can see my screen entirely. I'm audible now. Okay, so yeah, just let me. Everyone got disconnected. I can see everyone is connecting again. Oh, I don't know why. Okay. So I think so. Everyone is back. Let me see the count. Yeah, most of everyone is back. Oh, okay. So let me add another page. I think so. There is with some other batch. So yeah, this will be our doubt session. So first of all, let us start with uh, just let me know once you can see my Visual Studio code. Can you see my code, Visual Studio code? Okay, no. Okay, fine. Chalo. So what we will do today is, first of all, we'll be solving the finding triplets. Okay, find triplets of some 0. You remember we did that with the 3 methods. Everyone, you remember the question first of all, then after we'll talk about the solution of it. Right? Okay. So in that we have discussed 3 methods. Can anyone say the first method? What was the first method? Hariharan, Nilanjan, can anyone say? Yeah, set, but we use set, Hariharan, but the method was called some other thing, some other name of the method, naive approach or brute force, correct? So in that, what we did? Okay, so I'll repeat the entire question first. Okay, just a second. So in that, what we had given is, we had given an array. Okay, let me just first introduce first of all the question. Let's say we had some array of any number of elements. Okay, so in that, let's suppose we have taken example of this example 1 minus 1 2 0 3, then we had 1 and minus 2, correct? Hai na? So in that, what we were finding, what was our aim was. Okay, so let's say I will choose first element like this, second element like this. So which will be my third element? If I want to make a 0, then let's say if I'll take this element also, can I say this 3 elements make a 0? Yes. How come? It is what? See, 1 plus minus 1 plus 2. It is not 0, na? Yes, है ना? So it will not form a 0. Okay, so we will move entire. So we have to, first of all, let me tell the question. Okay, so we have to find the triplets which will form a 0. So in this question, as you can see, that 1 minus 1 0 will form a 0. Then 1 1 2, no, sorry, minus 1 0 and this one will form a 0. This 2 minus 2 and 0 will form a 0. So such like of this thing, you have to find a triplet which will form a 0. So in this, what will be our triplet? 1 minus 1 0, which will be our first triplet, correct? Then we have 2 minus 2 0, right? So this kind of things you have to find in the form of this triplet. These are the 3 things that is called triplet, correct? The question is clear to everyone, I hope so. Nishan, 210 will not form a triplet, na? 210 will form a 3, not 0, correct? So in naive approach, first of all, we took an approach which was called as a naive approach. So every time whenever you got a question like this, you have to suggest a solution which will be totally the naive one. Okay, so in that we had taken the 3 loops, if you remember. Yes or no? We taken the 3 loops in which our first loop was starting from this. Second loop will start from this. Third loop will start from this. Okay, and we were just doing I plus j plus k. That is all. I mean, array of I, array of j, array of k. Correct or not? And we were checking whether this is 0 or not. Fine. Right. Now, the second approach that we have taken, which was the the map, hash map. We use the hash map. Right. So in that, we have used not hash map actually, but we have used set in that. Yes or no? So in that, what we did, we initialized a set. Like this, like where s is equals to new set. Like this, we have initialized the set, and we had initialized our loops in such a way that means our j loop will start from this I plus 1, right? If you remember, है? And we have not taken any other loop, and I loop will start from this will point to my I. And what we were doing, we were just doing I plus j, which will be what, 1 n minus 1, which will be form a 0. So in the set we will insert an element which is what, this plus this with the minus sign. Yes or no? So basically we were inserting minus of array of I plus array of j, and that was to a specific reason for this. Like why we did that, that is a specific reason for this. Can anyone say why we did that? Anyone remembers? To find a negative to form a 0. Yes, exactly. So that means कि let's say in this position तो आप नहीं समझ पाओगे, but let's say I have this particular thing, let's say 2 and 1, suppose, है ना? So my array of I plus array of j will form what, 3. So in order to make this element, and I want to find my third element, so this will be my 3. So if I want correct answer, then this element should be minus 3, right? That is why we were doing this process, है ना? Okay, so we are just checking, like we have this particular element now, we are just checking whether or not this set is nothing but our traverse elements till now, right? So if this element is present on this set, then I can say that my answer will be found, and I can say that whatever my element on this particular set plus array of I plus array of j will form a 0. That means, hence that is proved that S plus array of I plus array of j will be my correct answer. Yes or no? Right? Or or as I can also say, like this element I will store in some other variable, let's say var1, you know, any element. So I can say that var1 plus array of I plus array of j will form my answer. I hope everyone is clear till this point. Yes or no? And if not, if this is not true, that var1 plus array of I plus array of j is not making a 0, then I will say that I will insert the element in the set. Yes or no? And which element to be inserted? Array of j only. Array of j only. Right? Am I clear to this point? It will do your job, correct or not? Reflect a little bit about the hash map. Okay, so Angit, hash map is nothing but a way in which it will, like we have learned a map, you remember? So in the map we had a map, not map function. In the last class we learned about the map, which is a object, you know. So what is my hash map? Hash map are, I can say, like linked list, a form of linked list, and to order the element in the specific form we use the hash map. Now what is the hash map and what are the use of that, we learn in the future. But you can say, like we have used a map function, not map function, actually the map object. Remember, like we did this this second, like we did this, like where map1 is equals to new this map. Remember? So this is nothing but my hash map. Okay, right? Okay, so okay, yeah, I'll explain Hariharan about the map function once more, but let me first of all know that these things are clear to you. I'll keep a note which topic I want to explain. Then after, if I forget, just let me remind. I'll explain that further. Okay. Now, this were my two approaches, and I I think I did this, like I gave you as a homework of a third approach, or we did solve in the class. I gave you as a homework, na? I think so. Yes or no? Okay. So what I will do in my third approach, what I'll do in my third approach. Can anyone suggest? Like anyone did that? This approach was two-pointer for your information. Anyone did this particular two-pointer approach in the homework and got the answer correctly? Parag, you got the answer correctly? Chalo, fine. Anyone else did that same? Yes. Anyone else did this particular thing? No? Only Parag did that? Aradhya also did that. Chalo, let's see what we can do in that. So as you remember, first of all, I said that let me write the array once more. Okay, so let's say this will be my array. Let me write once more. It will be what? 1 minus 1 2 0 3 2 0 3. Then we have 1 and minus 2. 1 and minus 2. Now, out of this, if you see in the two-pointer approach, as we all know that we will be using a two-pointer, you know, in which our first pointer will rely on this particular point, our last pointer will rely on this point, right? So can I say that my left pointer will start from 0 and my right pointer will start from whatever my length of my array minus 1, that will be basically of this point, correct? Enough? Okay. After this particular point, I will say that whenever my left pointer is less than or equals to my right pointer, that does mean that my left pointer is less than the right pointer, correct? So I'll make it as left and my right. Okay. So whenever this will be shortened from each other, I can say that I have not traversed entire array. But whenever this left pointer is greater than my right pointer, can I say that this two pointer has crossed each other? But I don't want this condition. So this will be what my breaking condition, correct? Fine. So now after this, in each and every iteration, what I need to do? In each and every iteration, what I need to do? Yes. So in each and every iteration, I just need to take this left pointer value, the right pointer value, and I'm traversing this particular array with the loop, which will start from this. So this will particular loop will enter like every iteration, it will be incrementing. So whatever value present on this, it will be going through, correct? Okay. So we will just see the value on this I, the left and the right, whether this is forming a 0 or not. If this is forming a 0, then I'll say that this will form a triplet. Along with that also, I'll increment my left pointer, my right pointer. Okay. Now if I'll say that man lo ki I'm getting this answer, there are three possibilities. Okay, either like this thing I will do whenever I'm getting my answer is equals to 0. But what if I will do if I'm getting my answer which will be less than 0? In that particular case, I'll be just doing my left plus plus. If I'm getting my answer greater than 0, in that case, I'll be just doing r minus minus. This will be my three cases. I hope everyone should be clear on this particular point. Why we are doing this L plus plus only and r minus minus only. Clear? Hariharan? Okay. So you want some time to implement this? Yes, because see, if I'm getting my answer less than 0, that does mean what? That means ki my left pointer have some issues. So I'll just increment my left pointer. Why L plus plus? Okay, Riaz, I'll explain that. Let's say why you are getting this particular point, like when your answer will be less than 0. My I, let's say my I is relying on this point. So let's say my I plus left plus right is for me less than 0. Okay. So can I say that I don't have any issues in my I and R? I just have to increment my left because I have not traversed entire element of it, correct? But if I'm getting my answer which is greater than 0, then can I say, so see, this array is sorted. First of all, we have to sort this. Okay. So let's say after sorting, I'll get my answer as 0, 1, 1, sorry, -1 will be also in this particular point. Okay. So -1, 0, 1, 1, -2 will be also present on this. Okay. Let's just a second. We are also having minus values in this. So -2 will be like this, -2, -1, 0, 1, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so if let's say if my left pointer on this, right pointer on this, so if I'm getting my answer less than 0, okay, so can I say that I will just increment my value to make this 0? Because I just want to increment my left so that my answer will be on positive side. And similarly, if I'm getting my answer greater than 0, can I say I have to reduce my answer to make this 0? Because my answer is already greater than 0. Yes or no? But I want my answer is equals to 0. Okay. So can I say I have to decrement something? So I have just only the luxury of decrementing my R only because this will be holding a greater value. I hope am I making sense, everyone? Riaz, am I getting? Do you getting my point? Alright, for an example, let's say you are having -1, -2, -1, and 2. Okay. Let's say if you want to make this as 0, this is what my I, this will be my left, this will be my right. For an example, hypothetically, consider that these are my values of I, left and right. Okay. So this will form what? -2 plus 2. Sorry, -3 plus 2, which will be what? -1, right? But I want this answer, I want to make this answer 0, but because I want my correct answer. Yes or no? This will be what my desired answer. So can I say that if I'll be just incrementing this value, because this value is what in minus, this will be is a lower value. That is why I'm getting my answer which is less than 0. But let's say consider that if I'm having here, if I increment this value as 0, okay. So now instead of -1, I am having value as 0. Can I say that I got my answer? 0 plus 0 will be what? 0. You know? So I have to just increment my left pointer because I have my sorted array. Sorted array, that means lowest value on this point, highest value on this point. So if you have your answer which is requiring to increment some value, you have to just increment one pointer because you know that this pointer will have lower value compared to this. So this pointer will have some higher values from this. So there are higher chances to get this answer as 0. Clear? Hai? Got it? Before doing this, we need to sort the array. Yes, we need to sort the array. That is how you will just transform your array from this to this. Clear? So can you, anyone will start working on this right now? Attempt on this first of all and let me know you are getting the answer or not. Then after I'll code that. Will it be fine for everyone? And do you want me to tell you the pseudocode for this or you will do your own? Okay. Just do it from your own because if I tell the pseudocode, then half of the things would be already explained. Correct? Okay. So start working on this. There is no hurry on this. This is a doubt session, so we can extend the class a bit also. So don't worry on that part. Till the point of time your doubt will be not clear, will not stop the session. But just start working on this and work with this particular thing right now. Okay. Guys, tell me the status. You working or what? Okay. Okay, no problem. Do your job, no problem. We are waiting. Done, everyone? Tell me the status. Everyone got the answer? Anyone who is remaining or still working? Anyone who is still working? I'm audible. मिल गया ना आंसर? इजी था. Is it required me to write the code, or will it be fine whatever you want? Anyone who wants me to code, I'll code that. Not getting the answer? Okay, let me code. Just a second. Let me know once you can see my VS Code screen. Let me open that first of all. Okay. Okay, my VS screen is visible. VS Code is visible to everyone. Okay, now. Okay, so let me save this, which will be find triplets with two pointer approach. .js. Okay, this will be my file. Let me take it with the full screen. But actually, I want to see your comments as well. Anyway, chalo. So yes, in this particular thing, what the thing was required was key. We will do a particular thing which will do my things with the two pointer approach. Fine. So let me write the code for the same. Just a minute. Huh. So I'll declare a function first of all. Find triplets with two pointers. This will be my function which will accepting an array, right? Okay, and then after I'll write the code for the same, and I will actually I'll just declare my array. Let's say for an example, let my array will be the same which we have taken in the example, which was 1 minus 1 0. Then we had sorry 2 0 we have. Just a second, let me do the same. 2 0. Then we have 3 2 minus 2. 3 2 minus 2, right? And I'll just pass this array with my function like this, and whatever that will be there in my function, it will do my job with the specific code. Okay, so I do not need to console this out. Fine. So now inside my array, my first job will be what? To sort my array. So I'll just do array dot sort. Either you can write this, either you can do like this: a comma b, a minus b. Anything would be fine, right? Now after that, I have to iterate through my array. I have to initialize my left and right pointer. So I'll just write my iterate through my array. Let's say let I is equals to 0. I should be less than array dot length, which will be equals to my length of my array, and I plus plus. After doing this particular thing, can I say that I have to initialize my left and right pointer? So yeah, one more thing, if I'm doing this with equals to, if I'm doing just array dot length, then I have to include equals to, otherwise I need to do array dot length minus 1. Cool. So now, as we have all know that my left pointer, which will be my L, which will be equals to my I plus 1, right? My right pointer, which will be equals to my last pointer of my array, that will be my array dot length minus 1. Array dot length minus 1. Hariharan, because see, if I'm taking this, what will be my array dot length here? If I'm doing this array dot length, what will be my length here? 7. Yes or no? But it will be traversing through 0 to 6. So I'm starting with 0. Can I say it will be go up to the 6? Or else can I say that it will be equals to like this condition? Both the thing would be the same. Yes or no, Hariharan? Right. Okay. So not getting, okay. Array, see, this is my 0, 1. Just comment out. This will be my 0th index. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now अभी मुझको बताओ कि 0 to 6 है ना, 0 to 6 क्या होगा? I'm starting with 0. I want to traverse through 6. What will be my case? I have to start from 0. I have to end at 6. So here my array dot length minus 1 is what? 6. Okay. I got your point. It will be equals to here. Yeah. Now it's fine. Now it's fine, everyone. Okay. Okay. So it will be starting from 0, ending at 6. Cool. Okay. Okay. Now, Parag, it should be length minus 2. Why? Why so? I think you are doing some other approach. Yeah. Okay, got your point. I'll come into that point. I'll come into that point. Yes. So I come into that point, but just for now, just consider that it will be like this. Fine. Now I'm traversing through my left and right pointer. Now what my task will be? I need to initialize my first element of it. Let's say I'll just take my array element like this is equals to my array of I. Now whoever my standing at my ith position, I'll take that in my array in my array element. Correct? Okay. Now after that, what I'm doing, I'll just iterating through my while loop. While left is not equals to right. This will be what this was my breaking condition, if you remember. You know, and after that, I'm just doing what if my x plus my array of left plus my array of right. If this forms 0, then can I say that my triplet has found, and I have to just printed out console.log my x element, array of left element, and array of right pointer element. Okay. Now, if I'm getting my answer of this less than 0, which answer? This the same answer of this same answer. If I'm getting is not equals to 0, I'm getting it is less than 0. Then what will be my case? Then can I say that I just need to increment my left pointer because I have already sorted my array. Otherwise, I need to just do my r minus minus else r minus minus. Can I say that? Right. This is what we have seen till now. Right. So now if I'm just gonna run this out till now, yes, array of array element. Now node find triplets with 2 pointer dot this. It is not seeing a proper output. Yes or no? Why? Because we have not done, we did not do the L plus plus and R minus minus as we have saw in the logic. Yes or no? Now, if you do this once again, let me close this. Oh, just a second. Not clear. Node find let's with 2 pointer dot this. Actually, I have x is not defined. Where is x? Where is x? Which line? Else if in else if we did the, I think so we did that array element. Okay. See, -2 -1 3 it will form 0, -2 0 2 it will form 0, -2 1 1 it will form 0, -1 0 1 it will form 0. Clear hai? Now clear everyone till this particular point? Now if you print it out, if you print out, let's say after doing this left and right operation, before this, let's say I have done my end every operation of this particular for loop. Okay, so now after this my I loop will got exhausted, correct? I element will not be the present one in the outside of this for loop because I is what, my local variable. Yes or no? So now I have started from 0 and I got the condition of to end at 0, sorry 6. Now before just ending, before just exiting my for loop, I'm just about to exit my for loop here. Yes or no? Here I'll just printing out my I element, so that I'll just check that after every iteration what is my ith value. See, my I value is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then can I say that these are not useful positions at all? There is nothing which is done from here. Can I say that? Anyone got my point? So now tell me what, which change I need to make. If you think about logically na, then see, just a second, see this particular thing. If you see this, then can I say that my I pointer was relying, okay, not on this pointer. We have started from this. Okay, I was standing at this. So when I say that my I plus left plus right, I'm checking every time, and I'm doing increment of left and right, and I on each and every position. Yes or no? Anna? So can I say that at each pointer, my ith pointer will up at most increment at this point, because this and this will anyway cover by my left and right. This was my meaning. And we have done multiple times this. Whenever we are using 2-pointer approach, we did the same. Yes or no? You got my point, everyone? Right? Okay. So will you do the changes, required changes? I'll not say the exact change what you need to make, but I think you got my point. Parag has also got the point. Everyone else got the point or not? Yes. Okay, now everyone is clear with this particular question? Got it? Okay, this is how we will, it is working in the two pointer approach, and this is highly effective, effective, what I will say, the question class, because many questions will be done using this two pointer approach effectively. Now, can anyone say, looking at the code, which what will be my time complexity and space complexity? Should I open my code? No, Parag is wrong. Let's say I'll open my code. Just a second. Where is my VS code? Huh. What will be my time and space complexity for this? भूल गए सब लोग? अरे टाइम ले लो. कैसे ऑर्डर ऑफ एंड कैसे होगा? Think about it and let me know. I'm not in hurry at all. Don't give me the false answers, even at this stage. Okay, where I'm not. This is not expected. बहुत easy है. First class में किया हमने. Everyone will tell me the time and space complexity. You can take your time. I'll give you 5 minutes to everyone. Let's say it's 12:14. We'll come back at 12:20. Till that time, everyone will think about the time and space complexity and comment it out. Okay? You have time till 10:20. Yes, I can see some of the comments from just 4 people. They have tried 4 or 5 people only. What about rest people? See, I don't want anyone to sit idle, na? So do not sit idle. Participate in this. Everyone else is working on this, or they are not working on this, so that I come to know like whether I should wait or not. Okay, take your time, Ankit. No problem. Dilanjan, I did not say that it's correct answer or not. Okay, so do not see others' answer. Tell me your answer. One thing that is sure I'm seeing in everyone, that is dramatically progress. Like I can see very good progress in your approaches, in your comments, because everyone is commenting out with proper logic and proper reason. That is commendable, because from the first class I'm with you, and I have seen that nobody was able to answer the simplest question, but now I can see huge progress in every one of you. That is I'm really happy about. Okay, so on that note, I will say that everyone who has answered this question in the time complexity of order of n square, that is correct. In the space complexity order of 1, that is also correct. Okay, and your logic is also right. Like as I can see the latest comment by Hariharan, like in the order of array dot sort, which is like this particular line, it will be n log n. So you have also considered this particular thing also. You did not jump in this particular line of the loop. You considered this as well as order of n log n. That is really nice. In this particular loop, this will run for n time. This for loop, this another loop will run for another n time. That is what n square. So since this is both are nested one, so I will say that approximately it will run for n square plus n log n time. So it will nothing but my n square time. And I did not use any other extra array to store my array or to get this particular left and right pointer. So I'll say that my space complexity will be order of 1. Clear? And which is the best solution out of the previous two that we have discussed in the triplets one. Am I clear up to this point, everyone? Okay. Okay. Now, the second request that I have, okay, can you explain the 3-pointer approach with example? Okay, I think so. I have the code for that. Let me open that. Find triplets. This, yeah, this one, na? Nishant. Is this one you are talking about? This was our first approach that we have taken I, J, and K. This was my second approach in which I have used my array or set, you can say, and the third approach that we have discussed today. Okay, so I'll explain this. I think so. You meant this by your comment. So in this, what we are doing, we are just taking whatever element present on this. I like in this particular position. First position is will be my I. My J loop will start from this, and my K loop will start from this. And for every time, I'm just doing what, array of I plus array of J plus array of K. That does mean 1 minus 1 plus 2, which will be not 0 in this case. So I'll increment my K. So K will be incremented first. So this 1 and minus 1 will be compared with the 0. It will found the answer. Then after it will be compared with the 3, 1 minus 1 and 3. Then 1 minus 1 and minus 2. Then after my key loop get executed, it get exhausted. So I'll increment my j. So j was previously present at this position. Now it will be at this position. So now every element will be compared with each and every one. Can I say that? And my ith pointer that I am starting at this position, my jth pointer which was starting at this position, and my kth pointer which was starting at this position, out of which my k pointer which will last to entire array, which will traverse to entire array. My k pointer, sorry, j pointer which was starting at this position, it should not come at this position because it is already being covered by j pointer. So it will only go till this point. And regarding my I pointer that was starting at this position, it should not go and should not cover this two position because it will be already being covered by j pointer. So I should only be run at maximum up to this position. So this was the same thing that we have discussed in the two pointer approach just now. Nishant, am I clear up to this point how this is working? No? Yeah, you can say this is a three pointer, but it's the worst solution. It's the very basic solution of like schoolboy solution, I will say. Fine. And in the span time complexity will be what? There are three loops with the nested one, so it will be order of n square. And space complexity, this since I did not use any other data structure, it will be order of 1. Clear? Right? Okay. And the second approach that we have taken, let me explain that also. See, in the second approach, my time complexity was order of n square. That was like worst time complexity. In the first approach that we have just seen, in the what this fine triplets one, in the order of n cube, n square is worst, so n cube is not imaginable. It's like very worst, pathetic. But space complexity in the both of the case was order of 1. That is nice. So now in the third approach also with the pointer, it was reduced to sorry, it was not reduced, but it will remain the same with the n square. So this is another way to do that. Clear? Now you need to think how, like, is there any possibility to reduce the time complexity for this or not? If there is, then you have to come up with the like another approach for this, and you have to reduce the time complexity. Now what I mean to say by this is, let me explain. So till now whatever we have learned in the three approach, order of n square. First of all, in my approach, order of n cube was my time complexity. So I have reduced from this to this. In my third approach also, it was order of n square and space complexity as order of 1. Now, I'm asking you, is there any possibility, looking at the code or looking at any approaches, that I'll come to reduce this particular thing? If there is like less than n square, any time complexity will be okay to me. If there is any possibility, you have to do that in your homework and you have to come up with the approach. Since I will be not be taking your classes furthermore, but whoever is taking the classes, you can ask you can just see the approach, what kind of thing that you need to take in order to reduce the time complexity. There will be many questions in your real life example and in the corporate world, in which you will be asked to reduce the time complexity to optimize the code basically. I hope everyone is getting my point. So I'm not I'm not rushing out. You will just think and take your time, and you will just tell me that is there any possibility to reduce the time complexity from n squared to n log n or to n or anything like that. If that is possible, I'm not saying that there is a possibility, but I'm just asking if there is possibility, then you have to tell me the possibility. Am I making sense, everyone? Fine. Optimization means in any way we have to reduce the time complexity, whether space complexity is more or not. Yes, because see, anyway here my space complexity is order of 1. There is nothing nothing optimized from which is be less than my order of 1. Like order of 1 से कम क्या हो सकता है? कुछ नहीं, है ना? ठीक है? Okay. So now the second thing that I want to discuss today was the map. Someone has asked me to explain the map. Okay. Shubham, the entire binary search we have not covered as such in this, but binary search is like the same way. You already know that. Just Google it out. You will come to know that we already covered that particular part. Okay. In the specific binary search, we did not cover a topic of binary search. Now, sort array using random pivot in this question. Okay. I'll also come into this point. Map is create new array. What is that? Okay, so anyway, let me first of all take this particular question of explaining the map. Now, how many of you are not clear with the map? Sir, promise part is remaining. Will you? Okay, Nilanjan, promise part will cover in the, I think so, next week class of the topic of async programming. In that, promise will be taught to you. Okay, in the next week's class, I am not sure, but I think so. In the next week cohort of the batch of yours, there is a class which will be taught with the async programming. In that, you will be covered that. Now, Aradha, can you please tell me which question is you are talking about? Sort array using random pivot question, which is that? Yes, I'm explaining the map right now, but I'm just wanting, okay, quick sort by quick sort. Okay. Huh. So just tell me now that how many of you are not clear with the map till now? Map clear है कि नहीं? And how about the set? Set clear है? Okay. ओके सो मैप में क्या होता है कि आपको ओरिजिनल ऑब्जेक्ट पता है क्या है? जावास्क्रिप्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. व्हाट इज जावास्क्रिप्ट ऑब्जेक्ट? You know, in the starting classes we did some of the examples, and we did see that what is the difference between the normal object and JavaScript object. You remember that? I'm asking right now that do you remember in the starting phase we did the thing that what is the difference between the JavaScript object and normal object? Basically, we did see that what is the difference between this JSON versus JavaScript object. Okay. So in the JSON, like there's not a rocket science in that. Yes, JSON will have the double quotes in the keys, whereas JavaScript object can or like may or may not have the double quotes in the keys. But why we are passing these keys in the JSON? Because it needs to pass through one application to another application. So in between of this, if they want to communicate, then it has to be in the JSON format. That is why it is universal format, that in the key you need to include the double quotes. Clear? Now coming to the map thing. So now map is nothing but a simple thing that you guys are knowing already, but you don't know that you already know that. See, I'll resemble, like, do you think that map is resembling something that you already learned about that? Like हमने कुछ पढ़ा है, मैप उससे बहुत ज्यादा रिलेट करता है. Which is what? My JavaScript object only. Because it is also a key value pair ना, है ना? So यार मैप क्या होता है कि मैप ऑब्जेक्ट मैप भी एक ऑब्जेक्ट ही है. सो वो क्या करेगा कि की वैल्यू पेयर को स्टोर करेगा एंड उसके ओरिजिनल इंसर्शन का ऑर्डर भी वो रिमेंबर करेगा, है ना? एंड ये कीज क्या हो सकती है, कीज कुछ भी हो सकती है, like unlike the objects, the keys was in the object. In the object, our keys has to be the primitive type. It will not be the object. In the normal object, let's say if you want to do like this, it will not accept. Suppose this is my normal object, and I have also a object like obj1, right? So inside of this, if I want to pass this obj1 like this, do you think it will accept? Then I will have my obj2 like 2. Do you think it will accept in my normal object? Just try to do that and tell me the output. In the JavaScript console, just try to do this and tell me the output, what it will be. In the normal object, I will say that it will not run properly. It will misbehave actually. It is not a proper way to do that, because this thing, this key should be my primitive type only. Any primitive type you can take. Yes or no? In the my normal object of JavaScript. But suppose if I want to take my map, if I'll take the map now, then I'll store anything I want. I can store arbitrary values, like any values of on this. I can store map. I can store objects also. I can store arrays also. I can store anything I want in the keys. So map is what? Map is a kind of data structure that exists in other data structure also, like in the Java also the map is present, in C++ also map is there. So unlike that also, the JavaScript ES6 ECMAScript वाले लोगों ने क्या किया कि सेम कॉन्सेप्ट कॉपी किया Java and सब languages में से, and it has copied from that to here. So it is accepting right now universally. Map is like very important when you are talking about the data structure and algorithms. Okay, so it has introduced in the ES6 only. It is very new concept. You remember that where and let also introduced in ES6. So that is the same thing in ES6. There are major changes has come in the JavaScript. So that this is one of the major changes that JavaScript has introduced as form of the maps, and they allowed you to map any arbitrary values to other values, like any values. Okay, and most importantly, you can even use object as keys. That is the beauty of that. Now let's see some of the problems that map solves. Now I will say that, sir, why we are using the map. There are some problems. There were some problems that JavaScript has that is solved by map. So now let me go in the VS Code. Map.js. This was the thing that we saw. Now I'm commenting out everything. Now the person whom I will ask, he or she will only be answerable to this. Okay? Nobody will comment out. The person whom I will ask, he or she will only be answerable on this. Let's say I have like where my obj is equals to like this. Okay? And let's say I have my where a is equals to, also it will be the empty one, where b is equals to also be the empty one. Now let's say I want to assign a property. Let's say I want to assign a property on this particular my obj with the name of this a. A should be my key. So what I'll do, I just do like this ना, my obj dot a होगा या फिर like this, anything would be fine. And here I can do something like 12 or anything like this. Okay, do you think it will work? Let's say if I'm just doing out this node map.js, it's capital M .js. I have not consoling out the my obj, so it will be console.log my obj. Let me save this. Let me do this. See, this is what it is telling me, that my a is sum of the object, which value is 12. Till now, everything is fine. This was working in the normal object. Now, let's say if I say that my obj of b is equals to 15. Okay, my obj dot b is equals to 15. Now, what do you think my output would be? Do you think that it will be of two properties like this? Object, object, and my value will be 12. And another property will also be there, object, object, which value will be 15. Do you think it will be working like this? Okay, Aradha will answer. Now, Aradha, do you think that it will be working like this in a normal object? If I'm consoling out here, do you think my output will somewhat resembles this? Yeah, think about it, no problem. Okay, that is the beauty of JavaScript. See, it will be just doing the one output only. It has just updated the second value on the object. Why? Because JavaScript object can hold one object as a key only. This object has overridden. This B object has overridden and value has been copied from 12 to 50. Now, if I want to solve this particular case, then what I need to do? Let's say I want output like this. What I need to do? I'll just initialize my map is equals to new map. Now, inside of this map, there is also a constructor which will be like, you can also pass your object inside of this map, basically. Okay, so in order to do that, you need to first of all do like this. Inside of this, you need to pass your objects. So my first objects key was, let's say I'll take as a, like this. The second object will also be like this, b, like this. If I'll do like this, then what will be my output now? If I'm just consoling out console.log map. Okay. If I do that, see, my map one is what? Map is having one object and it is what? Undefined and undefined. Can anyone say? Can anyone tell me why? Array, okay, just a minute. I did some wrong thing. It will be like this. It will not the object one. It will be in the form of array. It will be array of array. And if since it is my array of array, I should not do like this. It will be comma. So the first value will be my key. Second value will be my value. Okay. Now if you do like this, let me do the clear. I hope it should work. Huh. See, can you see it? My first is what? Object. Second is what? Object. Can I say this is the same thing as this? I'm getting two outputs. Instead of this A, I should also take my 12. Okay. See, do you think the difference? Now you're getting the difference between both of them. Why we are having map in the top of the object? You know, everyone got this? Okay. And why it is showing the arrow like function? Okay, so it is telling you that this is what this empty object is mapping towards 12. this empty object of this, it is mapping with 15. So this equals to or an arrow sign is what it is telling you that it is mapping. It is nothing but the same thing in the object like this column. Okay, just a different way to represent it. Nilanjan, can you see that my A is what? A is here is what? Empty object. B is what? Empty object. This my obj of A is 12. My obj of B is 15. A and B is of what? Empty. Clear? And you already know the methods of the map. I hope that whenever you want to let's say I want to add my third object here, so what I need to do, map dot set. Instead of this, I just need to pass my empty object which will be mapped to C, or else I will also say like 70. Okay, in this case, see, my third object has been added. Yes or no? Now, if you want to delete any object, then you can just pass the delete thing, and you can just pass the object of the delete. That will do my job. And you can also do like one more thing, like clear. It will clearing out every elements of your map. See, my map will be now empty. Clear up to this point? Like clear has delete, all methods will be the same as the sat one, but the concept of this I want to explain. That is why I told you right now. Clear? Where we use the map. Ankit, you remember in one of the problem in the previous class we used map. I'm not recalling the exact question, but we did use that in your class. I remember that. Whenever you are having requirement like this, like you want to store multiple objects or you want more flexibility on top of the JavaScript object, then you can use map. And JavaScript object can also be used alternatively. ठीक है, सो सब जगह पे ऐसा मत रखना कि जबरदस्ती आप मैप को यूज करो, है ना, ऐसा मत करना। जहाँ पे लगे कुछ प्रॉब्लम है और वो मैप से सॉल्व हो सकता है, वहीं पे हम लोग इंक्लूड करेंगे। क्लियर? Anyway, this was not part of your actual deck. Like in your deck, if you see, your map and sat is not there, but since I want to show that, that is why I explained that. Clear? How to fetch values in map? You remember we have a method of get. Yes, using get you can fetch the method. Okay, shall we move further? Okay, so if you want to fetch any method, like anything like get, if I will fetch from the empty object, okay, let's see what will be the output. Since I'm getting what map dot get, let me do this like this here, just a second. Map dot get like this. So it is what undefined. Now, can anyone say how to fetch a method from get, like how to fetch the things from the get method of the map? Yes, key, but how? By key and index? No, index will not be there. What the changes I need to make in this? Are you sure? Everyone? Think about it and let me know. I'm not in a hurry. Okay. So since everyone is telling me to do like this, I'll say it will not work. Because any, like, can you see any key like this? Key. A is what? My empty object. है ना? Only A. Okay. Yes, let's see. See, it is what? Only A, it will be 12. And only B, if I'm doing, then it will be 15. Clear? Everyone, how to fetch the things from the map. Parag, you clear now? Okay. Okay. Now, the third thing that you have asked me to explain today was using the quick select. We don't have the program of quick select. Can anyone say which was the name of that? I forgot the name. And which class we did that? Let me search it. Quick select. Not on this. Okay. Can anyone say like in which class we solved that? We did using pivot, right? This was the case. This was the case. This was the case in which we have used. Yes or no? Anna? Okay. So in this, we were able to, like, we want to find the k's smallest element. Okay. We wanted to find the k's smallest element. So for that, what we did a partition with the array low and high. First of all, we found a partition element. If my partition element is k minus 1, that is what I'm passing my k as 6. Okay. So basically it is telling me that you have to find the the sixth largest element. Yes or no? So we are just comparing with k minus 1 and we have to return that particular element if my partition is this element. Correct? Now, if my partition is less than my k, that means that if my partition is somewhere between 0 to 6, then can I say that I need to call the k smallest element with the pi plus 1 and high to k, because I will find my element over there only. If not, then can I say it will be on my left partition? See, there are two partitions, right? If you imagine, there will be two partition, which will be my left partition and my right partition. Now, if your desired partition is relying on the left partition, then you just have to search on that part. If not, then you have to search on the right part. Clear? So we are not calling this two at once. Like, we are not calling k smallest with pi plus 1 high. Also, we are calling k smallest with array low and pi minus 1. We will not do like that. We'll just call either of them. That is the beauty of that. Correct? In the previous thing, if you see, we were calling the two things at once. Simultaneously, we were calling two recursive calls. But here, my one recursive call was saved. Now, if you see, then it will again do in this particular case smallest, and the partition that's like is the same code that we had earlier also, right? Let's say we had a pivot element, then after doing every process, we have to shift my pivot element also with the I plus 1 position. Remember that? Do you remember that? And we were just returning my pivot elements position. So my pi will hold my pivot elements position basically, and we are just comparing whether my pivot elements position, which is correct every time, which is the heart and soul of my quick sort. So we are just comparing with this particular pi, which is my correct position of my partition element or not. If there is, then we are just returning whatever there inside in the my pi position. We need not to worry about every other position. Yes, Parag, as I said, we can use any element with my pivot element. Okay, you can use any element, but for just consistency, we are using the last or first or middle element as our pivot element. But you can use anything in your pivot element. You can also search some of the resources from internet also. In that also, you will find that there are any random element you can use as your pivot element. Okay. So it should be any other element also. It should not be like every time it should be the pivot. It's not like that. It's not a compulsion like that. Clear? Yes, 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 Parag. You need to change this here with the any pivot element you want to choose. And you, regarding to that, I don't think so there will be another change that you need to make, but if there is in the logic, you need to make that. But I don't think that there will be much changes on this. Just try like that. Everyone is getting what Parag is saying? Everyone else are getting what Parag is saying? He's basically asking us to use any other element with the pivot element, but as we already seen in the quick sort also, we can use that. Hariharan, am I clear up to this point? I think so. This was your doubt. Okay. Huh. And one more thing, that from the next week you are starting with the Node.js. In that you will also be working with the e-commerce application. So basically you will be developing the APIs of the e-commerce application. And in your third module, which basically I don't think so who will take that. Basically, like I don't recall who will take that. That will be depend on the management. But in that also you will be developing an app, entire app. Since you are yeah, third model will be the DSA, but in the fourth or any other model, I'm recalling that you will be also working with some other app apart from the e-commerce application. And in the DSS, your third module, na, in that you will be learn like many things. It will be basically your advanced DSA things like that. So while you are learning your Node.js, you can also practice alongside the basic JavaScript, basic DSA basically. You know, don't don't stop your practice. Every day you have to practice as the same way we did in our classes. You don't have to stop the DSA practice, and this will be till the lifelong. Like if I'm telling about myself, then I have a reminder that at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. I have a reminder. It will pop up on my Mac that I have to practice with my teammates. So at this position also we are practicing with the DSA. If you are not logging in your lead code every day, just have that vibe that you are not doing proper practice. And yes, I know about the like one, convert an array into another array, which is where each element will be replaced with okay, convert an array into another array, which each element will be replaced with the number of elements that are smaller on right side. That element explain logic on it. I will discuss that. Convert array into another array where each element will be replaced with the number of elements. Array, acha, 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 acha. Okay, I got your point. Yes, I know about Bunges, but I don't think so. It is much accepted right now. It's like in initial phases. As far as I remember, but it's cool. Like I'll recommend everyone is read about that. It's also one of the cool things that we have in that. Till today, we have learned all the concept JS will be implying in Node.js. Yes, and would be using that. Yes, that will be. Yes, it's in beta phase. Fine. Now, Sharat, regarding your question, convert an array into another array where each element will be replaced with the number of elements that are smaller than right side. Okay, fine. Let me take my tab and pen and I'll explain the logic to you. Okay. Now, do you mean by that, like, just tell me whether I'm correct me if I'm considering the question wrong. Let's say if I'm having this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Correct? Okay. Now I have to convert this array into some new array. Okay. And let's say I'm taking this element. Now, how many number of elements after this? 5. So here it will be replaced by 5. Do you mean by that? Now the number 2, the 4 elements after that, so it will be like 4, like that. 3, 2, 1, 0, like that. You want the output small on right side. Okay, so it will be like this. Suppose I have the reverse array, like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, like this. Suppose I'm having this, so my answer would be like this. Okay, see, in here also you can use a 2-pointer approach. Okay, now basically, so first of all, let's forget about the approach. What you need to do, you have this, you need to count the number of elements of it. How many number of elements are here, and it should be also less than of it, correct? So let's take my first pointer here. Let's take my second pointer here. Yeah, if it's not sorted, then you need to take like this. Let me take not sorted element. 7, 1, 4, 6, 2, and 8. Will it be fine? Okay. Now I'll take my left pointer here, my right pointer here. I'll compare this to my eye will also relying on this. Okay. My eye pointer will be relying on this. Now I will be comparing my eye with your left and right. Okay, right. So I think so right pointer will not required, left pointer will also not required. I'll just compare with I plus 1. That will do my job. So if I'll just compare my I to I plus 1, 7 to 1. If it's less than that, then I'll just increment my pointer to count plus 1, count plus plus. If it's satisfying this condition, then only. If not, then I'll not do that. After every iteration, I'll just print out this before incrementing my I loop. Sharat, are you getting my point? Before incrementing my I loop, I'll print this particular count element and I'll increment this count element whether I'm having I less than I plus 1. In this condition only, I'll increment this count condition. And after incrementing or before incrementing, I have to reset my count to print another thing. Correct? Clear? This would be your first go on this. Everyone is getting my point? Okay. Okay. So ये किसने try किया था actual में? Someone says that it was in your assignment, right? So how many of you have tried actually this? You got the answer? Did you got the answer? Okay, chalo, chalega. Okay, no problem. If the number is not smallest on right side, then we have to put the same number. Number is not smallest on the right side. Yes. Otherwise, you can also do like this. See, let's say this, like this. Now, after incrementing this, your I will be 1, your I plus 1 will be 4. So at this point, you will not increment your count. Correct? So you don't have to count actually this element. Correct or not? Because if you want to count this element, then it has to be less than 1, like 0 or minus 1 or like something like that. Correct? So this logic would work. Just try that, or if you want to change here and there, you are allowed to do that. But this will be your first go. I did with the changing high, it's not working in every case. Okay. Let me see. Let me copy the code first of all of your, just a minute. Now I'm copying the code here. Okay, you can see the code. Now, मान लो कि instead of this high, I am taking instead of this high, I'm taking my array of 1 or array of 0 as my pivot element. Okay. So now what changes I need to make? This will be my pivot element. I'm comparing my j with my pivot element. I'm doing my I plus plus. I'm replacing everything. So now in the partition you are getting correct answer, Parag? Okay. So partition is correct or not? Partition is not correct. There has been some changes on this point. Let me think about it. Okay. Did you change on this point?
Sir,
Did you change?
am I audible?
Now think about it. What this line is doing actually. I am sure you did not made changes on this.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yes, sir. Actually, I haven't changed anything. I just simply set a pivot element, just like if we passing an parameter like array dot length -1. So we are choosing the ending element, right? So instead of that, I just do array dot length -4 or 5 just to choose any random element.
Where, like in which position? Like here?
No, when we are calling the function.
When we are calling the function. Actually, I did not. Okay, yeah, here.
No, when we are calling the function.
Function. Okay, just a minute. I will be copying that also. Just a minute. Here, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you changed on here.
Yes, because as we doing here, just to choose the last element as we doing, right?
Oh.
So instead of choosing the last element, I just choose
No.
any of the random element by minusing any of the number like 2, 3.
नहीं ये नहीं कर सकते ना. See what this is what my low, this is my high. You cannot change on this. You can change your pivot. See here you can made a change choosing your pivot. We are choosing your pivot from this. If you change from here, that means ki if you have this array, you have this array, so your low should have to be this na, your high should has to be this. You cannot change on this. If you change this and your entire logic is changed. You can change your pivot element, but you cannot change your actual logic. I hope
Yes sir, actually yes sir, actually मैं जब ये कर रहा था मुझे लगा था. So can we do one thing here, like suppose if we are choosing a random element from an array, so when we choose that, just when it get into the function, we just interchange the last element with the random element.
You mean to say interchanging here? Here?
No. Suppose just scroll down a little.
Okay.
So here we have an array, and here we are choosing 5 as a high, right?
In this point?
No, where you have written low and high, just pointing 1 and 5, just above let array when
yeah, okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So here we are choosing 5 as an high.
Okay.
Right. So suppose if we have to choose any random element, let's say 4. So can we do that like interchanging 5 and 4 from this array?
No, you cannot choose this element first of all, because you need to, if you choose this element as your high, that's what you're telling, right? You want to choose this element as your high, correct?
Yes, sir. Actually, this is what we are, what I am doing before. So it will not covering the full array.
Correct. It will not cover the full array. You will just get
Okay.
answer on this point.
Yep. So can I do instead of changing the whole code, just interchanging this 4 from 5 so that we don't have to do anything?
Interchanging 4 and 5, how you will do that? Just tell me.
Swap.
Where, in which point you will do the swap?
The point we are the element we are choosing from the last element.
In which point?
So that,
In which line? This line?
no, we just entering into the function. We just create a simple. We just type line for swapping, and then we can proceed this whole function.
You are not getting the point. See, Parag, I'm telling you that you will start from low here, correct? Now you are telling me that, sir, instead of this array, like you will have this array only. Yeah, right. Now
Yes.
you are telling me that, sir, what if I will do this 5? I'm changing this here, like 5 here and 4 here. Will I be able to get the correct answer? Yes or no? Correct?
Yes.
You will swap this, so you will have your array like this now: 1 3 2 5 8 4, correct? Your low will be pointing to 1, your high will be pointing to 4, correct? Sorry,
No, this time will high will point to 4.
I will point to 4, so it will be the correct one. Now what is the point here to swapping? I'm not getting that. Now after
Sir, because as we are choosing random element, so we are setting as high.
सी आप रैंडम एलिमेंट चूज कर सकते हो, बट किसको? हाई को नहीं, हाई को नहीं कर सकते आप रैंडम एलिमेंट चूज कर सकते हो पिवट का। आपने अगर हाई को चेंज किया तो आपका लॉजिक बिगड़ जाएगा। बट व्हाट यू आर टेलिंग मी दैट सर माय हाई विल पॉइंट टू दिस पोजीशन, just focus on my words, and my high will point to this position, but I will choose some random number, random element like this. I will interchange this, so my array will look like this. My low will be anyway pointing to this, my high will point to this, correct?
Yes, correct.
You will get your correct answer from this as far as I know. But what is the point to here the swapping? Like आपने swap क्यों किया ये दोनों को?
Sir, because yes, because suppose we are choosing random pivot.
रैंडम
Okay.
pivot है ना, pivot नहीं चूज कर सकते आप यहाँ पे। आप लोग pivot नहीं चूज, लाइक आप यहाँ पे pivot नहीं चूज कर रहे हो, pivot आप यहाँ पे चूज कर रहे हो। तो आप यहाँ पे चेंज कर सकते हो, यहाँ पे नहीं कर सकते।
Okay.
Right.
So sir, but basically we choose last as pivot, correct?
हाँ।
Okay. So what we have to change if we do have to choose pivot as random element?
See, अगर आप यहाँ पे random element choose करते हो, then let me explain. Just a minute. Let me go in my code. हाँ. Can you see my code now?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'll show you. Just a minute. Now instead of this, suppose मान लो कि I'm choosing my first position as my pivot, right? है ना? एक काम करो, I'm making it as high first of all, okay? And I'm running this out. See what output is producing. Okay, and how it is producing. Smallest dot js. Now see what it is doing. 1 3 2 4 8 5, right? And I want to find my sixth smallest element. Basically 6 smallest does mean what? The greatest element, because I'm having 6 elements here. Array, है ना? Okay. Now if I'm doing it as let's say 2, now see my element will be what? 1 2 3 4 8 5 and 8. My second smallest will be 2, correct? Yes or no? Now instead of this high, let's say if I'm just choosing 0, what do you think? What changes should I make? Should I change anything first of all? Just think about it. See, my pivot will be my 0th element. My array of j will be starting from low. and it will compare to pivot. It will be, if it's less than pivot, then it will do I plus plus, otherwise it will be do swap. After doing every swapping, my pivot element will be placed as I plus one. Now my I will be always be the position where less than I, every element less than I will be the proper one, will be the less than my pivot one, correct? So let's try to run this out. See, now your output has changed. Can anyone say why? Getting my point? Some modification need to be, but in which point? Okay, एक काम करो, I'll make your job so easy. Okay, let's say if it's high, right? And with the high, I was getting my answer as 2, correct? You know, now with the high, what I'm getting is my, as my partition element. With the high, what I'm getting is my partition element. I'm getting my partition element as 4, 3, 1, and 2. Okay, so basically, can I say it will be my 4, 3, 1, and 2? Like this, it is working, right? Now, with the pivot as 0, it is almost the same thing, 4, 3, 2. Then after it is doing 1, 3. Can you see the similarity between them? What is happening behind the scene? If I'm doing debug now, you will tell me like in 1 second. Array, see. Anyone got the point? Yes or no? Line number 18. Okay. Pivot is equals to k minus 1. हाँ, तो इसमें क्या? Why k minus 1? It is basic na. See, why k minus 1? Because we are starting our index from 0, है ना? And we want our index of this like 2. Okay, so can I say that if I'm starting my index from 0, so it will go up to k minus 1 only? K is index na, because I want to find the second smallest element. Anyone is getting the point? I'm giving you some time. Okay, don't worry. Just think about it, debug this, and let me know what the things I need to make change, if there are any. Ankit, the question here is, if I'm doing this here, first of all, it was high. I'm doing from high to 0. Okay. So basically, I have changed what the elements I can choose as my pivot element. I can choose any element as my pivot element, right? आपको पता है एक बार मैंने शायद क्विक सॉर्ट कराते टाइम या फिर उसके टाइम मैंने बोला था कि एलिमेंट अगर आपको चेंज करना है पिवट का तो क्या चेंज करना पड़ेगा। ये जहां तक मुझे याद है आपकी बैच में कराया कि नहीं, बट मैंने कराया है एक बार। Okay, I'm giving you some more 5 minutes. I'm giving you 5 minutes. Try to debug this and let me know what changes I need to make in order to make the correct answer. Okay, then after I'll tell you. No problem. एक बात बताऊं आपको, can I say that every time this partition is called? Parag, Hariharan, अरे every time if I'm calling this recursively then ये भी तो कॉल होगा ना। और आपने क्या किया कि हर बार आपने यहाँ पे जीरो ले लिया, तो ये तो कुछ गलत हुआ ना। अभी हिंट दिया मैंने, कुछ समझ में आ रहा है अभी क्या हो रहा है? I'm telling you that every time this function is called, then this function will also be get called. And every time if I'm calling this function, then I cannot choose some random element like the specific element as my pivot element. Yes or no? I have to change this now. Every time I cannot change it at, like I cannot take it as zero. Yes or no? I gave you a hint now. Now can anyone say will it work or not? Let's say if I'm changing it from low, from high to low, okay, like this, do you think it will work? इसीलिए मैंने, that is why I you know I console it out to show you that also. L is not there. Okay, it should take low. See, my element is what? 2. Final answer will be what? 2. Right? With the high also it was like that. Here, this. See, my second smallest number will be what? 2. Correct? My third smallest number will be what? 3. Sorry, third smallest number will be wrong here. Why? Okay, why? Can you tell me why? Parag, you're getting my point, what I'm explaining right now? Okay. Now tell me what is happening here. Arey Parag, I said ki every time this function was called, right? So every time you cannot put like 0. Every time it will take your first element, right? Because your low and high is also getting changed in each and every iteration. Yes or no? So in each and every iteration, your low and high change. So your pivot element will also be get changed. Okay, so instead of high, I changed it to low. Every low element will be every time will be got my pivot element. Yes or no? Previously it was 0. That is why you had wrong answer. Getting my point? Yes. Sharad has a point. Can I say why? See, I gave you time to debug. I don't know how many of you had debugged. Let me tell you the solution now. See, if I start debug now, everyone will see it at my screen now. Okay, everyone will see on my screen now. Now, see, what I'm doing is I'm finding my answer with my third element, correct? Now, my pivot element will be, just a second. Huh. See, I'm doing I'm calling my partition with my low. In the Mac, it's not recalling. Why? It's not hovering. It's not working on this. Let me copy this. Okay, let me copy this. Let me stop share. Let me open my Brave. Okay, and let me open my new window. Everyone will tell me once they can see my screen. Are you able to see my screen? Debugger. And debugger. If I do this, see now what is happening inside of it. Yeah, all can see my screen now. Okay. Now I will go in my case smallest element. I have gone in my partition. Now in my partition, I have my pivot element as 1, low as 0, high as what? I have 5, and array as my entire array. Correct? Okay. Now what I need to do, that I will find my I will be low minus 1. I'll start from my low till the point of my high. So my array of j is less than pivot or not. I will check that. So now check, what is the array of j here? Is 1. Your pivot is your minus, like your pivot is your 1. Okay. So your array of low is your pivot. So your pivot here is 1, and it is this. So it is not true. It will go again here. Now my high will be 5. My j will be increased to 1. So now my 3 is less than my 1. I'm checking that it is not. Again, I'm checking for my 2 is less than my pivot element, that is what? 1. No, it is not. Now again, I'm checking with my 4 is less than 1 or not. It is not. Same with 8, same with 5. So after doing everything, my array of I plus 1 position, I is standing at my minus 1. So I plus 1 will be my 0th position. 0th position, I have 1. Can I say that, everyone? Till the point of time, everyone is clear with me? Till this particular point? Okay. Now I will just swap of my I plus 1 position with my high. Okay. So now which is my high right now? My higher position, which will be my last position. That will be my, this is wrong, na? This array of high is standing at this 5. So I have swapped both of them, right? So I will do a swap operation here. Again, now my array will look like this: 1, 3, 2, 4, 8, 5. Is it correct? It is the original array. See the original array in this: 1, 3, 2, 4, 8, 5. Yes or no? Right? Now, after doing this operation, I will return my I plus 1. That is what my index of my pivot element. So my pivot element is standing at 0th position. Correct? Right? Guys, are you getting my point? Okay. Now, after doing this, I will just compare with my k minus 1, my pivot of k minus 1, which will be less than of my k minus 1. So can I say that I will find my answer with somewhat my right partition? So I'll call again my k smallest element. With this time, my low will be 1, which will be my pivot plus 1. My high will remain the same, which will be my fixed one, which is 5th. Correct? Now, check the position now. I'll again call my partition. This will be my low. My pivot will stand at what? 3. Correct? Because my lowest element will be 1. So array of low will be my 3, because 3 is as my first position. Now, low is less than high till the point of time it will run. I'll not do on that. Now see, array of j is 2, pivot is 3. So it is correct. So I will increase my I and I'll swap my j and I for every positions. Now, after this position, after I'm coming out of this position, my array will look like this: 5, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1. Can you see my third element got on the right position? And my pivot element is this. So after swapping, can I say that my array is looking like 5, 2, 1, 4, 8, 3? Right? Now my I is what? Here my I is what? 1. So less than 1 position should be less than your pivot position. Yes or no? Every element should be less than your I element. They should be less than your pivot element. That was our base condition, if you remember, while solving this question. Right? Yes or no? But this condition is not meeting here. This condition is not fulfilling here. I think everyone is confused. Let me show you the actual scenario. Actual में क्या हो रहा था कि यहाँ पे मेरा हाई था, राइट? Just a second. Yes, so here was my high, and I was doing this particular same operation. Using this pivot, I am standing it here. My pivot element here was 5th, right? Because my high I have taken my as my pivot element, right? And so now see here, after swapping, after doing this swapping, with what will be my array? It will be look like this: 5 and 8 was swapped. Yes or no? So my array will look like this: 1, 3, 2, 4, 8, 4, 5, 8. Right? After doing that, I will return on this. Since my pivot element is standing at 4th position and my k is standing at 3rd position, right? So can I say that I have to find my answer in my left subarray, right? So if I call my subarray next time, I will call my partition next time, my low will be my 0, high will be my 3, replaced to 3, correct? Right? Anyone got the hint here? See, if not, I'll move further. I will call my pivot element as my high will be my new high will be this 4. Correct? My pivot element will be 4 here. And pivot element is what? 4 here. Which will be what? This. So before that, before this pivot element, can I say that every element which is less than of my this particular position of my I, now my I will be what? I will be standing at -1. This will be this. After doing this, my I will be at second position. So from my second position, that is what this, and my pivot element is what? 4. So can you see my condition is working here? Before it was not working. Parag, Hariharan. My ith position is 2 and my pivot element is 4. So can I say that every element before that is smaller than my pivot element? So you need to change something through which you can achieve this position. You have to achieve this condition each and every time. You getting my point where you are lacking? So here I solved your two things. First of all, this was 0. It was not, it should not be the 0. It should be the some specific fixed element. After that, it is not matching the condition here. If I'm changing this high to any other element, it is not matching properly with this condition. Because your 4 is standing here, and before that you are having some wrong elements like 5, 3, 2. That was the element. Parag, you are getting my point? Getting my point actually? Where you are lacking? So इसके आगे आप debug करो and reach through this condition through which you can achieve that every element before your I should be less than your pivot element. अगर ये होगा तब भी आपका right answer आएगा. Okay, and yeah, there is a way to achieve that. I'll not tell right now. आज इवनिंग तक आप लोग सॉल्व करो. इवनिंग तक अगर हम लोग अभी तो मिलने नहीं वाला है फ्रॉम द नेक्स्ट सेशन, बट in this particular evening I'll change something on this code and I'll upload on the GitHub. There is some minor change on this through which you can achieve this particular condition if you want to. If you make it as 0, like if you make it as low, then there is some minor change that you need to make on this, and it's visible here also. ठीक है? Okay. Okay. Fine. Now, any other thing that you want me to touch? And yeah, one more thing to solve this. Okay, one more way to solve this is, see, अगर आपको एक और way से solve करना है तो वो तो बहुत ही simple है. See, I don't know you know this or not. Just a second. See. Now, on this, can I say that on this, can I say that suppose this is my array 1, 3, 2, 4, 8, and 5. This is my array. Now, can I say that by any way, if I sort this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, and my k was like say 2. So I'll just return the index of it. I think so this we have done in the class, right? So I have to return my k minus 1 element on this. So my 2 will be my answer. This was done in the class. Name approach. So using this approach also you can solve. Combining this with your approach, you can also solve that. Anything would be fine. Clear? Okay. But anyway, some nice observation that I am seeing from all of you. So I'm on an average, I'm happy with all of you. Okay, you are good to go with your next module. Okay. So any other thing that you want me to discuss? That you want me to cover today? And from the next doubt session also, you can ask anything in your, like, whoever will take your next classes, you can take the class, like you can also solve your doubts with them. It's not necessary that you will just you just have to ask the node doubts. You can also ask some previous doubt also. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'll confirm that. No problem. Okay, Nilanjan, same here. I also got a lot of thing while learning from all of you, because you guys are also hustling. Many of you are working somewhere. Many of you are studying somewhere. Out of that, also you are investing your time and money through which you can excel in your career. So it is commendable. Okay. Uh, no problem, everyone. We will meet in future. I think so. Probably we will get a chance to meet on the future. And let me know how you, like, how the progress till now has completed on your batch. I think so. Many of you are still from your non-tech background in this particular class also. In the regular class, I did not have a chance to inform all of you that from the Monday, everyone, some other educator will be coming and they will teach the node. But trust me, everyone in this particular in this thing have some expertise. So they will put on their expertise in your class, and you will. I'm sure that you will enjoy the class as you did on mine. Okay. On that note, let us meet on somewhere in the future, and I'll accept the request on the LinkedIn as I said. Fine, chalo. So on that note, let's say goodbye, and do not miss any of the single day to check in on your lead code. Do not miss that. Every day you have to work. Every day you have to sit to the TS. Do not forget those lines, and working on that particular path, I am pretty much sure that you will land on a good job. And if you do, which name? Prakshal Shah will be the name. Okay. Fine. So goodbye, everyone. And okay. Link to bio. I cannot link it here, but you can just search my name. You will get it. Okay. Thank you, everyone.